I get a lot of questions about, especially from novice players, what kind of cues that they should buy for for their game, and also I also receive a lot of questions about different types of cues that are out there on the market, whether it be the low end to the high end. So I'm gonna show you guys what I have. This is basically a what's in the case sort of thing, like sort of show, I guess, whatever you call it. And I'm going to show you guys what I have in my case, whether it be the equipment, the tools that I have to my cues. So I'm going to first start off with what kind of case I have, actually. This is a J&J Vincitor 2x4 Sport Edition. It holds 2 butts and 2 shafts. It is also tubed. I don't know if you can see it, but it holds two. Yeah, basically it's tubed. So then keeps the cues nice and snug in there, and doesn't I guess like rattle around in there. Real nice case. Also, I forgot, roomy pockets as well. So then you can hold a lot of your tools in there. It also holds a jump button there, and I'll show you what that means. I got this case for on eBay, brand new, by a guy named Checkmark Auctions. You can check him out later. I got it retail. These cases go for $150. However, I paid $115. So it's a pretty good deal, in my opinion. Now I'm going to show you, before I get into the cues, I'm going to show you the types of tools that I use. Now, first off, I have my glove right here. You will see me using it very often, if not on all of my shots. Second item I have here is actually just a box. However, I put some dividers in it, so that now it holds chalk. And let me show you actually. These three right here, the brown, this blue, and green, they're all Master chalk. And Master's been around for quite a while. And this chalk I just recently got. It is a Predator chalk. It's the new chalk, Predator 1080 chalk, and they say it's supposed to help prevent miscues. Often it's not like the Kamui, which you prevent miscues for how long, but it's supposed to be a really good chalk. And I've tried it, and I like it. I really do like the chalk. A lot of bite to it. Now, this is an extra piece of felt that I use, for some masse shots, which is a curve shot, or some jump shots. So I don't want to rip a hole in the cloth, on the table, now do I? Now, this is a Q-Tech pocket chalker. You put your chalk right here, and instead of putting it on the table and losing it often, you could just put your chalk here, and just put it in your pocket, just like that. Real handy. And also, what I like about it is also you unscrew it. It is a tip pick, to tap your tip and make it softer and hold chalk better. Really nice tool. I use it a lot, and I still use it, of course. Now this right here is just a packet with all of the patches oh, I see, I forgot. And I forgot to talk about myself. I've been playing pool for 8 years now, and I've been playing more competitively for the last 2 years. And I also just a bonus sort of information, I've done and I've been doing trick shots for just about a year now. Now, I play for the APA, American Pool Players Association. And basically, if you do certain achievements in the game, you get patches, basically, to mark your achievements. Now, this is a regular APA patch that I got in the mail. The first patch that I earned, is a APA 9-ball break and run. And so what that means is you break on the 9-ball, and then you run out on the table. No, one turn on the break, on the break, then run up the whole table. The next patch that I got, it's similar concept, but it's for 8-ball. Same thing, eight ball, you know, just like make one in on the break and then you continue and then you run out. And this next patch that I recently got is a 9-ounce snap. And what that means is you rack the game at 9-ball, you break, and if you make a 9-ball on this, you know, on the break, you win. And apparently for the APA, you get this patch. Yeah, 9-ounce snap, basically. Next item I want to show you is this coin right here. I use it as a marker for the APA, for 8-ball. For the APA and 8-ball, when you want to call your pockets, you don't just simply call your pockets. You have to mark it with an item. It could be anything. But I just happen to have this coin because my father actually gave it to me. It is a United States Pacific Command coin. But he's not in the army or the military or anything. He has a friend who is, and apparently his friend gave this coin to him, and my father gave it to me, so I put it to use, and I use it as a 8-ball marker, which is nice, you know, put some use to it. Now this next item I want to show you is, hold on, let me try this, hold on. There you go. It's basically a fan, basically. I play at Hawaiian Bryant's, and they don't have AC in there. They don't have air conditioning. So, and especially for the APA, whenever we have to play on the back tables with a lot of players out there, it could get really hot. So I bring this around to, you know, just to fan myself, you know, just cool myself off. And also for you eagle-eye viewers out there, I use this a lot for some of my not a lot. I use it for some of my trick shots. I use it like as a barrier, or and I remember if you look at one of my videos, I actually opened up the fan, you know, scooped up the cue ball and just threw it across the table and to an object ball. You know, it's really fun, real fun. Okay, now I want to talk. Okay, now I'm going to go into my cues, and I'm going to go in order by which one I got first. You know, and yeah. The first cue that I ever got is actually this cue right here. It is a Mizrac cue, cheap brand. Sorry, but you know it's serviceable cue. I got this in California, a gift from my dad, from my father. $35, real nice cue, and we got it at a Sports Authority. I'll go into later what kind of cues I would recommend and not recommend, but for now I'll just tell you what I got. And yeah, these points that you see, they're not real. These are computer images just put over the cue, you know. Real serviceable cue, and I've used it. I actually used it as my playing cue for some time, but now I use it as my break cue because apparently when I got my next cue, which was a J&J, I just don't have it with me right now. When I got the J&J, the shop owner looked at my old cue, this Mizrac, and said that the tip was really hard on it, so I could use it as a break cue. And so now I use it as a break cue. Real serviceable cue, and I've changed the tip. This is the third tip that's on it. The first tip broke off. The second tip, I was doing a lot of masse shots, so that broke off, and now I have this tip. So I don't know how long this tip would last. So yeah. Next cue I got, at least here, is my Lucasi Hybrid Air Hog, which is a jump cue. And this cue is only made for one thing, just for jumping the balls over. It has a phenolic tip. There's a carbon fiber ferrule. This is a fiberglass over wood shaft with a rubber handle. I love the rubber. I just love it. Lucasi has some of the cues that have rubber grips, rubber wraps. But unfortunately, I do not have another Lucasi cue, so oh well. I use this jump cue a lot for my trick shots as well as regular play. So yeah, and you know, yeah, you don't have to have a jump cue in your case, but sometimes it could be good to have one, you know. But if you're a trick shot artist and you want to be a trick shot artist, I would suggest you get at least a jump cue. You know, I'm not recommending any sort of brands or anything, but you know, I just happen to have a Lucasi Air Hog because a friend of mine offered it to me for $55 and it's used. And so brand new, these would go for $110. So I got a pretty good deal out of it, I guess. Half off. I don't care. The next cue that I got is my most prized one for now. This is a Dale Perry one-to-one custom cue. Dale Perry, real nice. I never met Dale Perry. I'm sorry. Dale Perry, if you're watching this, you know, thank you so much for making these cues. You know, thank you so much. I got it off of eBay. You know, he has a site on eBay that you can purchase his cues on. I got it for $160, so pretty good deal. This dark colored wood that you see is Coca-Cola. The white points that you see is curly maple, and this diamond right here is a purple pearl sense, which I think is a type of synthetic stone, but I don't exactly know. So yeah, and also curly maple here too. And on all of Dale Perry's cues, he signs them. Dale Perry, I don't know if you can see it, but Dale Perry 1-to-1, 1/1. And what that means is there's only one out of just one. So this is the only one of its kind. And I like the fact of that. Now, this is the original shaft that came with it. I'm assuming it's made out of curly maple too, because you can see the rings in it. It's kind of dirty, but you can see it. And Dale Perry, if you're watching this, I love your cues. I really do. The craftsmanship is, oh my goodness, I love it. But the thing is that I just don't like the feel of your cue. And prior to getting the Dale Perry, I got my J&J. Like what I said, I don't have it with me. I got my J&J. It was a high deflection shaft. It had a 13mm tip on it. I asked Dale Perry for a 12.25, 12 1/4 tip on it. And I'm sorry, I just do not like the feel of it. When I had to switch from my J&J to my Dale Perry, I just did not like the feel of it. You know, I actually started to hate the cue. You know, inlays and craftsmanship and all. I just started to hate it at one point. Then a friend of mine, I talked to a friend of mine who had a Tiger cue, which had a Tiger X LD shaft. And it had the same type of, his shaft can fit with my Dale Perry. It had a radial pin, and he's asking me, oh, you know, how's your cue? How's your Dale Perry? And I said to him like, oh, you know, I like it. I like the look of it and all, but it's not about the look. It's about the feel of it. You know, I just don't like the feel of the cue. That's what I told him. And he was like, oh, I have this Tiger low deflection shaft. Do you want to try it? And I'm like, does it fit? Oh yeah, it fits. I'm like, oh yeah, sure. All right, sure. Why not? You know, go ahead. So I tried the shaft, put it on my Dale Perry, and oh my God, I loved it. I loved the feel and all that. It was just beautiful. So I saved money. I was poor. I still am poor. And I got myself a Tiger X Pro shaft. It's a little bit different from his shaft, but you know, it works. It's just, oh, I love the feel of it. So it's a European taper, which means it's like a cone. It just keeps on going and going and going. And so it also has a 11 3/4 tip, real nice. And I love the feel of it, I just do. And now I just want to get into what types of cues that I recommend for novice players. If you're just starting out in the sport, you know, and you want to invest more time into the sport, I would recommend buying a decent cue. Not like an expensive cue or like a really cheap cue, like $10 or $15. No. Invest in like, I would say maybe like a $80 cue or like a 50, 40, you know, like my Mizrak here. Like this was 35. And here's another thing I recommend. Do not buy a cue that has a screw-on tip. I don't know why people invented that. I guess it's because, you know, just for efficient use, I guess you can change tip whenever you can change the tip whenever you want. But the thing is that the feel of the tip is not good, and also the tip doesn't last long. The tip apparently, like that, with my experience with it, the screw-on tips bows out and mushrooms. And what that means is like the tip normally is supposed to stay in a parallel line. But apparently what mushroom is that over time when you hit the balls over and over and over again, it flattens out and it bows out and goes over the ferrule. And that's what mushrooming is. And so those screw-on tips, they mushroom very easily. And I just hated it. And so yeah, those are the two recommendations. And also I just do not invest too much into it, especially when you're a novice. You don't want to invest there are $1,000 cues out there, or maybe $500, $400 cues. But if you're just a novice and you're not that into the game yet, don't buy those types of cues yet, because if you buy them and you suddenly have a change of heart and you're just not interested anymore, you just wasted $400, $500, $1,000. You just wasted that money. So slowly progress over to the next cue and the next cue, and when you get better, then like progress to a better cue. That's my recommendation. But that's just me. So yeah, that's my recommendations for the types of cues. I also want to mention, I just recently got offered to buy a Diekman Masse cue. Now, what a Masse cue is, it's only made for one thing. It's just made to curve the ball, Masse. Let me show you an example. Let's say this is a cue ball right here. Masse is, what you do is you hit the ball a certain way, and it's supposed to cause the ball to spin. And thus, so it curves, just like that. That's what a masse is. And I just recently got offered to buy a Diekman Masse cue for $600, which is pretty expensive. I need to save money, but I do plan to buy the cue. And I want to thank Tim Chin, the Dragon, for offering me the cue and hooking me up. Thank you so much. I plan to buy it when I have the money. Apparently, I'm too poor right now. So yeah, I want to give my shout-outs right now. I want to thank, like what I said, I want to thank you, Tim Chin, the Dragon, for helping me out with the Diekman cue. Also, want to thank you for helping me out with my trick shots, my performance-wise. I also want to thank, Florian the Venom Kohler for actually helping to inspire me to start, doing trick shots. Actually, I also want to thank the Boys and Girls Club of Hawaii for letting me use my facilities. I'm actually in the facility right now. It just takes one. That's not their motto. It's like it just takes $1 to one member to change someone's life. And the Boys and Girls Club motto is "Great futures start here," and it's so true. It's very true. I'm an alumni, and it changed my life basically coming here. So thank you so much for letting me use your facility. Thank you for letting me use your pool tables, to do my trick shots and film these. Thank you so much. I also want to thank Hawaiian Brian Billiards and Mr. Brian for putting up with me for doing trick shots over there too. Thank you guys so much. I also want to thank my family, and my friends for supporting me and doing what I do. And I also want to thank the viewers out there, you guys. I actually also want to thank the haters out there for giving me the motivation to do these trick shots, to make it better, and to post these better trick shots online on YouTube for everyone to see. I don't want to I just don't want to isolate myself into just one facility, one place. I want to see the world. I want to show you guys what I can do. I want to show the artistic side of this sport. I just don't want to see you guys just seeing two players hitting balls just like in a straight line. I want to show you the artistic side of this sport. You know, and without you guys, without even the haters out there for giving me motivation, thank you. You know, I wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. You know, and doing what I do. 谢谢. Thank you so much.